right, guys.
On CJ's first interception, was he a robber or was he just passing off?
Yeah, he was passing off.
Just passing off.
Yeah.
And then the second interception, I don't know if that's exactly how you draw up how you want to play that, but it seems like a lot of what he does, he's given a little freedom to, if he sees something. Was that the case there? And how comfortable are you in giving your safety some?
No, he was where he's supposed to be. It wasn't like he was ad libitum or anything.
Okay. Does he play that way? As typically as you want to draw it up, do you give him a little more freedom, perhaps?
No, he plays. We want him to play the way it's drawn up.
You interchanged Trotter and Burton early on in that game. What went into that?
Well, both of those guys haven't played a lot, and they're both still on their special teams duties, so we wanted to give them a little blow there early in the game so the snap count didn't get heavy.
You guys are number one in defense going into the last week. Is that something that means anything to you to try to finish number one in yards allowed?
It's not the ultimate, no, but for the players it would be a nice thing. But we all know what the ultimate is, to get into the playoffs, and win some games.
What's your preference or philosophy been over the years when it comes to, if there's nothing seating wise to play for, what you want to do with your guys in terms of playing them or not?
Yeah, it's always a hard question because, this isn't college where we got 100 guys to suit up and you can only have 2 elevations. So, I'm sure Nick and Howie will come up with a plan and we'll follow it.
Jalen this year has been able to bat down a bunch of passes. Has that been an emphasis from the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a knack for it, and that's usually what it is. A lot of guys, some guys have a knack for it. He seems to have a knack for it, and it's been good.
Any reason why you think he does?
No, I just think sometimes it's innate in some players.
How's CJ different now or improved now compared to the beginning of the season?
Well, he improved from the previous game to this game by being focused on what matters. And as long as he can do that, we'll be in good shape.
He's forcing more turnovers in recent weeks. Is that just the nature of taking the ball away, or has there been a noticeable difference?
No, I just think sometimes those opportunities present themselves in some games, and other games they don't. And this past game, he had the opportunity for 2 of them and made them.
We saw Avante be the next safety up. What made the change there?
He's just been doing good in practice, throughout the year, and felt it was warranted.
How was he handled? I mean, obviously he was the slot the first month of the season. How was he handled kind of having that role taken away from him and focusing on other stuff, safety and special teams?
Great. He's the ultimate teammate. He's helped the guys that have replaced him, tutoring them along. He's been fantastic.
What's the reason schematically why you traditionally don't ask your corners to travel side?
Oh, it's always different. I've done it. I've done it where we've traveled. There's a lot that goes into it, and I'm not against it, but right now it doesn't seem to be the fit for us.
You talked about how getting an interception sometimes is because you're in the right spot at the right time. All your interceptions are, besides linebackers, are from the safeties. If you look at the secondary, do you have any theory why the cornerbacks just haven't gotten them?
I think traditionally safeties do get more than corners. I think if you did an analytical study, but no, I don't have a great answer for you there.
If I could ask a Giants-related question, what are you kind of seeing from Malik Neighbors since the first time you guys played them, and then Quinyon, and if he would be covering Malik, what kind of matchup that is as far as something going on for probably the next 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, Neighbors is fantastic. He's fast, he's quick, he's a good route runner. Once he catches the ball, he's a really good runner after the catch. Very competitive. Really can't say enough good things about him. He's a tough matchup for anybody.
Big picture question, which I'm sure you love. At 2-2, obviously, your defense was kind of still trying to figure itself out. When you look back to that bye week, what do you think were the significant changes that led to what we've seen since then?
there really weren't significant changes. I mean, we didn't practice that week, so it's not like we accomplished something during that week, other than, we did study ourselves. That's when Coop came in, and he's done well each and every week, gotten better week to week. But nothing major otherwise.
How's
there a
How's
reassessment
McCoby coming
point?
along, Vic? Is any concern about a longer-term injury?
I think he's doing okay, but to be honest with you, I haven't heard from the trainers yesterday or today yet.
Is there a reassessing point going into the playoffs in a certain way, or is it kind of just a continuation of week-to-week process?
Well, you're always reassessing, even every week in the league. Reassess. Besides game planning for the opponent, you're always studying yourself and making sure, if there's a weakness, a weak area, something you're not doing good, if you have a tendency here or there, to always be aware of that. So that goes on weekly.
What do you miss most when the Kobe isn't in there? And how would you describe the season he's had?
Well, Nakobe's had a really good year. Zach's gotten a lot of attention for his great play, but Nakobe's played great too. And, we miss him when he's not in there. He is the green dot guy when he's in there, and he's been playing his position really well and improving on a weekly basis too.
What did you make of Trotter Jr.'s performance?
It was fine, obviously there's a couple plays that he'd like to have back, but I thought it was good for his first time extended action in a real game.
How did you think Huff played, and how much do you think he can help you in the playoffs?
He played, I don't know, I'm going to say 14, 15 plays. You guys know more. You guys count them. He was rusty, but I do think there's something there that hopefully he can build on and improve on, and hopefully, continue that this week, and we'll see where it goes.
Having spent a full season with Nick Sirianni now, what observations do you have about how he's navigated this year?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job coaching the team and having these guys prepared mentally and emotionally. Done a great job leading the staff. He's got good messages every week, tailored to the team we're playing and tailored to us as a team. I think he's done a fantastic job.
You mentioned the green dot. They've mentioned that the call is relayed to them from you. What is the advantage for that for you? Is that for another coach to have experience calling that in, or does that give you time in the booth for other things?
Yeah, it's just the way I've always done it. And I guess you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
We'll do a couple more. Is there anything, following up on what Zach asked, anything about Nick that's different than maybe any other coach you've ever been around, head coach?
Nothing comes to mind, immediately.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. Happy New Year.